limited, and hey, I didn't start to say Inquirer this time. And that's fine for the others.
However, I'm back and ready to rock this new year. The ones who aren't,
These stories are fresh and new. I'm not paying you to make me feel repetitive.
Tune in next year as we start out on our new website, Canalot Hill.
And now, Canalot Hill proudly presents Equestria Unlimited in Casey's Top 100. Our rankings come from Trot100.blogspot.com, a site that collects music data from all across Equestria, including sites like Equestria Daily, and brought to you here every other week on this station. Without further ado, here's Casey Haysem!
Good evening, and welcome to the Equestria Unlimited, your source for the latest pony news and pony music in Equestria. I am your host, Casey Haysem. We have an exciting show for you this week. We have 24 new songs as well as the latest news from Mason Cat, Poindexter, Urban Street, and myself. We have a lot to get to tonight, so let's get started. We will be following Apple Bloom this week as she struggles to come to terms with getting her cutie mark. What lays in store for her, this young filly? Tune in and find out. Before we get to our main story, though, I'd like to introduce the first 6 songs of our 4-block set. Enjoy, I'll see you after the break.
To show my goals and accomplishments formed in a mark about being forced to perform. Only one portion of art would surely have torn me apart if not cordoned departed my creativity forward the boredom of artificially forcing the spark. Ideas isn't normally part of enjoying the fun that goes into pouring your heart into any ordeal, important or not. So now I'm doing a part 2 and showing I got
that's the Pinkie Pie Boogie. That's the Pinkie Pie Boogie. Watch the Pinkie Pie Boogie as the fun begins online.
Welcome back. Getting to our main story. Apple Bloom has been apprehensive as of late about getting her cutie mark. What if she gets a cutie mark she doesn't like? What if getting a cutie mark means she can no longer be friends with Sweetie Belle or Scootaloo? And what if getting a cutie mark that is not Apple related will disappoint her family? Will she be able to come to terms with this, or will she be forced to live out a nightmare? Well, more on this story in a minute. But first we break to Mason Cat and Poindexter. Take it away, Mason. Thanks, Casey. So what happens to a pony after they retire from their long life job? Do they simply fade away into obscurity? Do they simply stop doing what their lifelong passion is? How does one cope with not having a purpose in life? Well, I think we found the answer at the Piney Shades retirement community. We've sent Poindexter to interview one of the local residents there. Take it away, Dex.
Thank you, Mason. I'm here at the Piney Shades retirement community with a former pest control pony to talk to him about what it's like to retire. So, Mr. Pest Control Pony.
Mister? You can call me Buck.
Yes, so what is it like not performing your special talent anymore, Buck?
I don't think I ever gave it up, Sonny. In fact, old habits die hard, they say. Almost as hard as Mary Bell's muffins after Sunday brunch. My, she did have some great muffins, though. Even if they did break your teeth after one bite. Back in the Battle of 63, me and the old boy used to ride back to Mary Bell's old cottage after a long day of bug zapping to get our hooves on a batch. But personally, I was there for a little more than just muffins, if you know what I mean.
About your cutie mark, Buck.
What's that, Sonny? Can't you borrow some bucks?
You might want to go see that shy gal that lives at the edge of Ponyville. Flutterby, I think her name was. Oh, dear. Mr. Buck, we're getting way off topic here. About your cutie mark, what is it like not doing your job anymore? Sorry, Sonny. The old hearing isn't what it used to be. And just listen to that newfangled dangle wubba-dub music will do that to you. Well, you figure after a while, you need to settle down and eventually let the younger butts take a shot at it. It's no big deal, really. I still catch lightning bugs from time to time just to keep up my skills. But these old bones don't move like they used to. Why, thank you, Buck, for the insight. Did I ever tell you about the time Equestria was nearly destroyed by parasprites? Yes, it was just Johnny, Harold, and myself, with nothing more than a tuba, bass drum, look at the time. Back to you, Mason. A parasprite invasion of global proportions.
Thanks, Poindexter. Casey, that's it from us. Back to you.
Thanks, Mason and Poindexter. We sure have been seeing a recurring theme in the countdown this week. Next up is the next batch of the newest songs. Enjoy. Welcome back. Getting back to Apple Bloom, it can be scary thinking that you might not be happy with the gifts that you've been given. Even scarier to think that your gifts might not be appreciated by those that love you. Many of you, I'm sure, have had a time in your life where you've questioned if the direction you've taken was the right one. Sometimes skills can take years of training to master, and even after all that work, sometimes you'll find yourself longing to do something else. It's a natural part of growing up, I can assure you. Apple Bloom and her friends have learned this all too well over the past few years. We will get more on this story later, but first a word from Urban Street with this week's Word on the Street.
Urban, the segment is about to start. Mark, where's Mark? Marky, why are you with me? Here, boy. Mark. Urban? Are you McCready, Mark? No. Mark! I need the Mark! I can't live one day without the Mark! Can I say nothing but a cutie mark? Thanks. I needed that. Hello, Equestria! This is Urban Streets, keeping you upbeat with the latest news. Now, word on the street is that some pony made something that can help other ponies get their cutie marks. Once the word was out, Ponyville streets was flooded by a bunch of ponies who were trying to get their cutie marks. This was witnessed by a trampled Diamond Tiara, who could not comment on the situation due to her being unconscious. Unfortunately for every pony, the inventor said that his creation can only do 1 pony per day. Every pony was dismayed, but they decided to go along with it because the script. Days turned to weeks, weeks turned to months, until suddenly some of the cutie mark-less ponies went completely insane for waiting too long. I sent my brother to see how bad the situation has gotten. And that must be him right now. Hello? He's fine. From what we just heard, the cutie mark-less ponies are now on a rampage throughout Ponyville, attacking any pony with or without a cutie mark. Things might look bleak, but hey, at least one of us made it out. Alright, who's the wise pony who drew death? Was it you? No, but luck. Well, I'll be. I got me a cutie mark.
But wait, there's more. As a bonus, you also get to be pummeled by your big brother. Any last words before I put you in a hospital?
Sorry?
Close enough.
Welcome back. Next up, we have our third block of the newest music for this week. I'll see you after the break.
It needs to be about 20% cooler.
Welcome back, and getting back to our main story. Apple Bloom has had to face a lot of her fears this week. Even in a dream, facing your worst fears can be tough. One of the things that many of us face when we grow up is having to leave our friends behind to pursue our dreams, or even being left behind when your friends leave to pursue theirs. Be rest assured though, true friends will continue to be friends even when they're far apart. The key to keeping friendships is communications. Being the young fillies that they are, this can be especially tough on them. But writing letters, though, is a great way to keep track of each other, or even friending each other on such popular websites as Facebook. Just because you've moved on to pursue something else doesn't mean you have to stop being friends. We will have the conclusion of our story later, but first we bring you the last block of the new music. I'll see you after the break.
Why don't we see who is better? We don't have to be one in the same thing. Oh, what's so wrong with the little competition? Are you afraid of failing the audition?
Battle if without a winning hand. But bear in mind your bearing's only worse if you don't try. Balancing your trips because I'll turn your trips to trash. You've got to set your sights and hopes on setting them to crash. Citrus can seem quite big if you don't make your plans unfurled. But I will not let that numb my opinion of such shit.
Welcome back. It has been an interesting week for Apple Bloom and her friends. Apple Bloom learned that sometimes we can worry about a thing so much that the fear makes us feel like we're trapped in a nightmare. She also learned that if you can't accept who you are, life can be like a bad dream. Princess Luna helped Apple Bloom and her friends to understand that sometimes turning to those who love you can help you work through some of the worries that you have. Also, just because you find your special talent doesn't mean it changes who you are. Thank you every pony for watching. This has been Casey Haysem from the Equestria Unlimited, reminding you to keep your hose on the ground while reaching for the moon. This week, I leave you with this special scene.
Hush now, little sister, you're loved by all you know. You'll never lose their friendship, no matter where you go. There ain't no call to worry, so don't you cry or fret. A cutie mark won't change you, no matter what you get.
Thank you for watching.